Connecting our communities with stories that matter. This is WRTV.
Now on Good Morning Indiana, Metro Police respond to the scene of a burned out vehicle to find that a person died. What we know about an ongoing homicide investigation this morning. Expanding mental health services in Hancock County. The new center hoping to make it easier for Hoosiers to find help. About 100 athletes vying for a chance at national glory. We look ahead to the future following the Rhythmic Gymnastics Invitationals in Noblesville. Good morning, Indiana. Thanks for starting your Monday morning off with us. I'm Jessica Grunling, in for Caitlin Kendall alongside meteorologist Macy Tetrick. Macy, I don't think I've ever been more excited to see 40 degrees in my life.
I know, it has been a while. Since January 21st, yes. I looked back to see when was the last time it was 40 degrees in Indianapolis, and it has been 19 days since we've had a 40-degree temperature. So as we go through this week, we are definitely going to see some 40s. First thing this morning, we are not quite there just yet, so be prepared that it is a cool start. First thing on your Monday morning, we have feels like temperatures now dipping down into the single digits to the north. You can see Peru just 9 degrees is what it feels like. 16 for Indianapolis, Martinsville at 21. It does feel pretty cool. As we go through the rest of today, despite the cold start though, we've got some sunshine that will help to warm us up. I think we'll make it through the mid-30s at the very least. I think some of you could be pushing 40 by this afternoon. In Indy, we're likely to stay in those mid to the upper 30s. The good news though, as we look through tomorrow, I think everyone will be guaranteed a 40-degree day. So we are definitely continuing the warming trend. First thing this morning, we've had a few clouds through the overnight trying to push out of the area. They've been a little slow, but generally we will begin to see a lot of sunshine, and as we go forward, we'll continue a lot of that trend where we are dry on radar. We'll have several dry days to get the week started, and we'll continue that warming trend. That will also mean a lot of melting, so be prepared. We're going to continue to see that snow melting as you're getting out and about. We'll take a look at those warmer temperatures in the 40s that are on the way coming up in just a little bit. Jess,
we're looking forward to it. Macy, let's take our first check at traffic this morning. You're taking a look at I-70 west of Rural Street and Keystone Avenue. Things moving very smoothly out there. Not too many people out there just yet, but we know the morning commute will pick up. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at our maps. As you can see, a lot of green on that map right now. Any of that yellow and red is just normal construction zones right now. There are no accidents or delays to report right now, but we will keep you updated as we go on throughout this morning. Indianapolis police are investigating a possible homicide after finding a body in a burnt car on Indy's near northwest side. On Sunday afternoon, police responded to the 800 block of West 29th Street near Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Street for a death investigation. Officers say they found a body with injuries consistent with trauma inside a burned out vehicle. Police say they are treating this as a homicide investigation. Continue to follow WRTV on air and online at our website, WRTV.com, for updates. A person is dead after being struck on Indianapolis's east side. Officers say they found the victim just before 10:30 p.m. Saturday night near North Shadeland Avenue and Pendleton Pike. They're pronounced dead at the scene after emergency medical services arrived. The incident is under investigation. This is the second person to be hit and killed in the area in the last week. Last Monday night, a person was killed in a hit and run near Shadeland Avenue, just north of East 34th Street. According to investigators, the vehicle left the scene after hitting the individual. Haley Busby's father is inviting the community to celebrate her life. The 17-year-old from Fishers was found dead in Ohio last week after going missing in early January. In a social media post, Bo Busby says a celebration of life ceremony will happen this Thursday at 6 p.m. at the I-Town Church in Fishers. Doors will open at 5. Attendees are encouraged to honor Haley by wearing her favorite color, pink. During the event, Haley's father says they will honor the extraordinary love she brought into this world.
I'm your Hancock County community reporter, Nadja Woods, here, highlighting a major change for Hancock Health. For the first time ever, behavioral services will be here under one roof, and I'm showing you what they believe this will do for the community. Hancock Health opening a new center, expanding mental health services in the county.
We're in the Green Family Foundation Behavioral Health Services building. It is special for many, many reasons.
For the first time ever, Hancock Health's counseling and psychiatric services, Connection Center, and mobile response team are all under one roof. Amanda Everidge helped lead the effort.
It facilitates a better collaboration.
The center offers services like therapy, substance misuse programming, and crisis response, making it easier to connect Hoosiers with help.
It's just one phone call, as opposed to trying to research who in the community can help.
Captain Bridget Foy is the jail commander for the Hancock County Sheriff's Office. She hopes the center will help reduce the number of Hoosiers behind bars.
Not everybody deserves to go to jail. Some people that need resources and help, this is the way that we can go about doing it. It's another tool that law enforcement can add.
For longtime pediatrician Dr. P.J. Halter, it also means families won't have to leave the county for care.
A lot of these kids ended up having to be seen in mental health facilities in Indianapolis. But for some of these families, that's a real challenge. And to have something like this in the community really brings it closer to home.
How do you anticipate that this will help you all better serve the community?
It's going to allow us to meet the needs as we're able to work together a little bit easier. And it's also going to allow us to grow.
In Greenfield, I'm Nadja Woods, WRTV.
For the city of Noblesville, it's off to the races. Now, a first look at what's to come as the future home of USA Gymnastics.
We have over 100 athletes that are here, two-time Olympian, world champion medalist.
Saturday morning's Rhythmic Gymnastics Invitationals at the arena at Innovation Mile served as a chance at national glory for 2028 Summer Olympic hopefuls like Rin Keys, who proudly took home the USA's first ever rhythmic silver medal in the Senior Rhythmic World Championships last year.
It feels like an honor to represent the U.S. I'm just really grateful that everybody who helped me here.
For USA Gymnastics at large, Saturday's event was a warm welcome to what will eventually be the home of its new headquarters and wellness and training center here in Noblesville, just down the road from the arena at Innovation Mile.
We are expecting a 2028 build, but we kind of wanted to see, okay, how will events work once we're just a little bit down the street?
How much of an asset is having the arena right here and just the resources it has to offer?
That means we don't have to ship and move equipment. Staff doesn't have to travel. And so we can still continue to do all the work that we need to do to get these events and competitions going, but to have it in one central location and not have to be all over the country.
Noblesville locals couldn't be any more excited, with gymnastics officials looking forward to the partnership ahead with one of the Hoosier State's fastest growing cities.
My best friend's daughter was a gymnast and was a gymnast all through high school, a level 10 gymnast. And so she's very excited to see it come here. I think all of our local kids that are gymnasts see it as a really big opportunity to be able to shine.
In Noblesville, I'm your Hamilton County community reporter, Logan McDonald, WRTV.
A partial government shutdown looms amid a fight for funding for the Department of Homeland Security. We explain the issues affecting talks between both parties. Another historic night of sports in the record books. We share the highlights from Super Bowl 60 and the surprises from the halftime show.
And as we're headed out to the bus stop early this Monday morning, I know it feels like an early Monday morning, temperature is going to be cool. We're starting out in the 20s, so bundle up out there. But by the afternoon, a little nicer in those 30s, possibly pushing the 40-degree mark. We'll continue to warm later this week, and we'll take a look at that forecast coming up.
Women.org.
You're watching WRTV, part of the Scripps News Group.
Good morning. I'm Whitney Burney in Detroit, and here's a look at what's happening today. Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell is expected to appear virtually in front of the House Oversight Committee on Monday. The deposition comes as the Justice Department continues publishing millions of pages from the Epstein investigation. Maxwell is currently serving a 20-year sentence in prison helping Epstein traffic teenage girls, something she denies. However, don't expect too much new information to come out of that deposition. That's because Maxwell's lawyers have indicated that she will invoke her Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination and decline to answer questions. Journalist Don Lemon is expected to make his initial court appearance in Minneapolis on Monday. Lemon was arrested last month and faces federal civil rights charges over his coverage of an anti-immigration enforcement protest that disrupted a service at a Minnesota church. The arrest brought sharp criticism from news media advocates and civil rights activists. A grand jury in Minnesota indicted Lemon and others for the January 18th protest. Lemon's attorneys say he plans to plead not guilty and will fight the charges in Minnesota. Jury selection is set to begin Monday for the father of a Georgia teenager who killed 2 students and 2 teachers during a school shooting last year. Colin Gray faces 29 charges in connection with the mass shooting at Appalachia High School. He had given his 14-year-old son the assault-style weapon that was used in the attack as a Christmas gift while knowing that the teen suffered from mental health issues and was obsessed with school shootings. Gray has pleaded not guilty. He's the first adult known to be charged in a school shooting in Georgia.
Members of Congress will be able to review unredacted versions of the Epstein files at the Department of Justice starting today. There will be guidelines on how members will be able to look through the more than 3 million pages of content that has been publicly released. In order to view them, lawmakers had to give the federal agency a 24-hour notice. Congressional members will be given access to computers in a room and can only take notes. No outside electronic devices will be allowed inside. So far, a few Democratic representatives have already requested to view the unredacted materials. The top Democrat on the House Judiciary Committee has made a request. He wants all Democratic members on the panel to see the unredacted files before Attorney General Pam Bondi testifies in front of them this Wednesday. Funding for the Department of Homeland Security taking center stage this week as the country could soon go into another partial government shutdown. Reed Binion tells us more.
The ball is in the court right now of the Republicans.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries ahead of a crucial deadline for funding the Department of Homeland Security, saying Democrats are standing firm by their demands.
Dramatically reform the way in which ICE and other immigration enforcement agencies are conducting themselves.
Jeffries saying if that doesn't happen, a DHS shutdown would be the fault of Republicans.
They're making the explicit decision to shut down the Coast Guard, shut down FEMA, and shut down TSA.
Lawmakers have just days to find a DHS funding solution or see the agency shut down. The deadline is Friday. Democrats' list of requirements for a bill to fund DHS and reform ICE include requiring immigration enforcement agents to wear body cameras and remove face masks, among other conditions. Certain Republican lawmakers have indicated openness to some of those demands.
When I was mayor of Miami-Dade County, we put body cameras on all Miami-Dade County police. Putting what agency you're from, I have no problem with that.
But other demands are seeing more pushback from Republicans.
A lot of times those face masks are there to protect the ICE agent themselves.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Overnight, the Seattle Seahawks dominating the New England Patriots to become Super Bowl champions.
The Seahawks, Super Bowl champions for the second time.
11 years after their narrow loss at the hands of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick's Patriots, the Seahawks denying New England a return to the winner's circle.
We believed in each other, we loved each other, and now we're world champions.
A defensive game from the start. Seattle scoring 3 field goals in the first half as their dark side defense held the Pats scoreless.
From 60. And he knocks it in.
The Patriots wouldn't get on the board until the fourth quarter when it looked like they might be sparking a comeback.
Hollins, he's got it! Touchdown, New England!
But any dream of a Brady-esque comeback was quickly dashed. The Seahawks picking off Patriots quarterback Drake May and running it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, it's hurt. No doubt. It definitely hurts. Just came up short. Didn't play our best, and that's what happens.
Running back Kenneth Walker III taking home the MVP honors, rushing 27 times for 135 yards.
We went through a lot of adversity this season, but we came together.
Kicker Jason Myers etched his name into Seahawks history, kicking a Super Bowl record 5 field goals during the game. And quarterback Sam Darnold became the first quarterback in NFL history to win a Super Bowl after playing for 5 or more teams.
It's been such a special journey with these guys. So much hard work that's been poured into this.
A historic night, too, for Bad Bunny, making history as the first Spanish-language halftime show performer. The 31-year-old transforming the field into a Puerto Rican neighborhood and surprising the audience with special guests Lady Gaga and Ricky Martin. Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Good morning. We're coming up on 5:18 as we get this week started. Right now we're seeing just a little bit of cloud cover over downtown Indianapolis. Otherwise, for the most part, things are calm right now, but cold with temperatures starting in the 20s. We've got just a little bit of a breeze going, so it may feel a little cooler, especially as you're headed out to the bus stop. The good news, though, we've got some sunshine on the way. Sunrise will happen 7:45 this morning. Lots of sunshine early on to enjoy before more clouds are here through the afternoon. As we get to the afternoon, though, take a look at your high temperatures that we're likely to see. Up to about 37 today for Indianapolis. Most of central Indiana, I believe, will stay in those 30s. However, some places could be pushing the 40s. Bloomington looks like you could get up to about 42 degrees this afternoon. So temperatures generally are heading in the right direction. I know it's felt very, very cold through a lot of February so far. As we look to Tuesday, that'll be the warmest day of the week. So tomorrow, we are going to be pushing not just the 40s, but maybe even the 50-degree mark. Enjoy it because we will cool down just a little bit again as we head through Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But generally speaking, this week we are closer to where we should be, which should be right around 39 degrees for this time in February. As we look through the afternoon, don't let those clouds scare you. Still plenty of time to get outdoors through the afternoon. It's just going to look a little bit more cloudy. Same thing through the evening, but because we've got the clouds, temperatures will be very slow to fall. So we'll stay pretty steady in the lower 30s for any of your evening plans. Through the overnight, we'll not see temperatures falling too much. We'll be a little bit warmer out the door tomorrow in the upper 20s to the low 30s. I do think, though, because we're seeing some melting through the overnight, we may begin to see some fog possible. So just be prepared that might slow you down a little bit as you're out the door tomorrow. Otherwise, it looks like it's another cloudy day tomorrow. We're staying dry again, a little bit foggy, but a little bit warmer. The 40s, and like I said, possibly even pushing the 50s in tomorrow's forecast. Doesn't sound too bad, right? Now, as we look through those clouds tomorrow afternoon, it is possible there's just a couple of showers. Looking like those will stay mostly south of Greensburg, so I think they'll stay out of our area, but something to keep an eye on. Later this week, we're likely going to continue to see things melting. We're looking fairly dry through the week, although I do think maybe Thursday overnight into Friday, we could see a little bit of snow, so that's something we'll keep an eye on. Otherwise, looking pretty quiet through this week. As we do get to the weekend, though, I know we're all keeping an eye on Saturday for Valentine's Day. Could be some rain possible, so we'll get you some updates on that. Jessica?
Thanks so much, Macy. Let's take a check out at traffic. It is 5:20 on your Monday morning. You're looking at I-465 at Crawfordsville Road. Things moving very smoothly there. Not too many cars out there this morning. It's been a quiet morning so far. We'll go ahead and take a look at our maps now. As you can see, a lot of green on that map. Just that yellow and red is just construction zones that are normally there. We'll go ahead and take a look up at the north side. Westfield down to 465. That'll take you about 10 minutes if you're taking State Road 32. And then, of course, through that south split construction, I-65 northbound Raymond Street going 56 miles an hour and around the south split 60 miles an hour. So things are moving very well so far this morning.
WRTV. You're watching WRTV, part of the Scripps News Group.
I'm Scripps News food and wellness contributor Jessica DeLuise, and if you're looking for a cupcake that's perfect for sharing amongst friends at school, this is it. It's not only free from peanuts, but the top 9 allergens, and kids, they love it. Here's the recipe. These cupcakes are free from the top 9 allergens, so let's review what those are. Eggs, nuts, peanuts, milk, fish, crustacean shellfish, wheat, soy, and sesame. Into our large mixing bowl, a gluten-free all-purpose flour, baking cocoa powder, monk fruit sweetener, you could also use granulated cane sugar, salt, and baking soda. We'll whisk that all together. Now in a separate, smaller bowl, we'll mix the wet ingredients. Pureed pumpkin, this will add moisture, and obviously vegetables for kids, can't beat that. Vanilla extract, water, apple cider vinegar into the wet ingredients, this is going to react with that baking soda, make some bubbles, and make nice fluffy cupcakes. Now the last two ingredients, and I have a sticky ingredient tip for you, is olive oil and maple syrup. So here's the tip. If you have a sticky ingredient like maple syrup or honey, add a little bit of your oil to that measuring cup first, then put the sticky ingredient. Now like magic, it slides right out of that measuring cup. Now I'll mix the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. And once this is all mixed up, the consistency will be kind of like a cake batter. So now you're going to immediately see some of those bubbles start to form from the apple cider vinegar and the baking soda. So we'll give those a minute while I prep my cupcake pan. A little bit of olive oil, and then we'll use a silicone brush just to brush each cupcake well. Alternatively, you could use cupcake papers. This recipe makes about 12 cupcakes. We'll pop these in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 18 to 22 minutes or until the center is set. And this is what they look like when they're all done. And no cupcake would be complete without a little icing. So we're gonna make some icing using coconut cream, so that way it's free from milk, which is one of the top 9 allergens. And we're only going to use that really thick cream. We'll pop that right into our mixing bowl. To the coconut cream, vanilla extract, and powdered sugar, also called 10X or confectionery sugar. Now we're gonna whisk this up. You can use a stand whisk or a hand whisk. Now it does help to chill this before you ice your cupcakes, so I'm gonna do that. Once it thickens up, you can ice your cupcakes. Bad news, one didn't fit on this tray, so that's the one that I get to eat. These cupcakes are chocolatey and moist. You'd never know that this was a modified recipe. What kid would not love that cupcake? You can find this recipe and more at scripsnews.com/kitchenista.
Neighbors in Kokomo protest in hopes of gaining the attention of lawmakers, how the data center debate is getting louder in Howard County, and the message from elected officials.
Find ION wherever you watch. It's on ION.
Connecting our communities with stories that matter. This is WRTV.
Now on Good Morning Indiana, the data center debate heats up in Howard County. The message from neighbors to Indiana elected officials and their response. A crash changes the lives of a family forever. The sentencing hearing happening today following the deaths of an infant and a toddler. Saving time and money while also hoping for a refund. The mistakes to avoid and the changes to know before filing your taxes this year. Good morning, Indiana. Happy Monday to you. I'm Jessica Grunling alongside meteorologist Macy Tetrick. Macy, a little bit of a cool start, but 40. Sounds so good in the coming days.
I know. Temperatures are going to keep on warming up. But first thing this morning, I know people are maybe struggling a little bit after they were up for the Super Bowl last night.
I know.
And now here we are with these temperatures out the door. Oof, it's not going to make your morning any easier. Cold start in the 20s out there. I can tell you this, we've got some sunshine on the way though. Sunrise around 7:45, and then we're likely to see several hours worth of sunshine, so that'll help you get going on this Monday. And then things will be milder, not just through this afternoon, but through a lot of this week. We'll continue to warm. Right now, just a little bit breezy out there as well, so temperatures in the 20s may feel a bit cooler because we have some wind speeds, 10 to even closer to 15 miles per hour. You can see that in Kokomo right now. Now, I will show you the bigger picture for temperatures. In Indianapolis, we're at 26 degrees, which really is in the middle. You can see some of the warmer temperatures west of us in the 30s. If you look to our east, though, at least we're doing better than Ohio. Columbus is only at 11 right now, so at least it's a little bit better than we have been, and we'll just continue to warm up. Take a look at your high temperatures through this afternoon. You'll again see a little bit of that divide, where some of us will stay in the mid-30s, others trying to warm up through the upper 30s, and then some of us, I think, could even push the 40s today. You'll see a 42 for Bloomington and Terre Haute. Now, if you don't quite hit the 40-degree mark today, good news. We've got a better chance at it through tomorrow. So we'll take a look at those high temperatures coming up in just a little bit. Jess.
All right, thanks so much, Macy. Time to check traffic for you. You're taking a look at I-70 at High School Road. Things moving very smoothly there. As you can see on your Monday morning, it's 5:32. We'll go ahead and take a look at our traffic map. A lot of green on that map as well. Just that yellow and red is a construction zone that is usually there. But as of right now, there are no accidents or disruptions to your morning commute, and we'll be sure to update you as the morning goes on. The opposition against a potential data center in Howard County is getting louder. Residents staged a peaceful protest in downtown Kokomo to voice their concerns on the proposed plan and urge lawmakers to listen. WRTV's Casey Zanowick shares why neighbors don't want this plan to come to life and the response from lawmakers.
Not good for Kokomo.
It's going to be a literal drain sitting on the edge of town.
The people here do not want it.
That sentiment was clear today as people gathered at the Howard County Courthouse with one message in mind.
You had better hear us now.
Residents urging their local lawmakers to go against a proposed plan to bring an AI data center to Kokomo.
The thing that they're going to tell you is jobs, resources coming in, and like really banking on the projections of what is to come. That is a giant lie.
And they're looking at taking up hundreds of acres that is currently farmable, land that could be used to feed Hoosier families.
People that have bought property and started building homes have built homes, and now they're being disrupted because we want an industrial park in Kokomo.
The taxes don't go up, water bills don't go up. We ain't got no water left in reservoirs.
These concerns come as Governor Mike Braun stated his support for data centers in Indiana, but only if they cover their own power costs.
AI is going to be the key to jobs of the future, but data centers can't stick Hoosiers with the power bill. Companies that want big power in Indiana should pay their own wage.
But residents still say they want nothing to do with it.
And if you want to come over here and just siphon our resources and then dip, the answer is no.
We are not for sale. We are not a colony for billionaire pet projects, and we will have our voice heard.
In Kokomo, I'm Casey Zanowick, WRTV.
Happening today, a man is expected to be sentenced after pleading guilty to a crash that killed an infant and a toddler. Back in February of last year, investigators say Sadani Pettis stole a car in Indianapolis and drove away when an Avon police officer attempted to stop him. When Pettis ran a red light at US 40 and Ronald Reagan Parkway, he hit an SUV with a family inside. A 2-month-old and a 3-year-old brother both died as a result of the crash. Pettis faced 8 felony counts. His sentencing is scheduled for 1 this afternoon in Hendricks County. Happening today, an HVAC contractor will hear his sentencing after pleading guilty to theft. WRTV Investigates found Justin Hunt Johnson admitted to taking more than $10,000 from David and Jennifer McConnell after not doing the HVAC work promised. The BBB listed Hunt Johnson as the owner of New Phase Heating and Cooling and gives it an F for failing to respond to some complaints and for failing to have a required HVAC license in Marion County. As part of a plea agreement, Hunt Johnson agreed to plead guilty to theft, a level 6 felony, which carries a maximum penalty of 2.5 years in prison. The plea agreement called for a sentence of 1 year of probation. A former Democratic candidate for Attorney General is putting her hat in the ring for Congress. Former Indiana Deputy Attorney General Destiny Wells announced that she filed to run for Congress in Indiana's 7th District. The seat is currently held by Democratic Representative Andre Carson. Carson has served in the U.S. House of Representatives since 2008. Most recently in 2024, Destiny Wells ran against Todd Rokita for Indiana Attorney General, but lost. She also ran for Secretary of State in 2022, losing to Diego Morales. Wells says she is running to activate both momentum and voice in Indiana's 7th District. Tax season is officially underway, but experts say the biggest mistakes happen long before you ever hit submit. From missing paperwork to rushing to file, tax professionals say preparation now can save you time, money, and a lot of stress later. Caitlin Kendall tells us more.
It's officially tax season.
Lorian Dunbar.
Which means tax offices like these are already busy.
It doesn't have to be stressful.
For millions of Americans, tax season means gathering paperwork, crunching numbers, and crossing your fingers for a refund.
Better to get in earlier than later. The closer to the deadline, everybody's trying to get in and get those things done.
Judd Lowry, a CPA who works on taxes, says he recommends gathering documents early. Things like W-2s, 1099s, childcare expenses, charitable donations, unemployment records, and itemized deductions. It's especially true for families with more than one income source.
The more organized you are, the sooner that you get it in for people to work on, the better the results will be for you.
The tax rules have changed this year.
This year, overtime is not taxable. Tips, are not taxable. There's an extra deduction for seniors over 65. Auto loan interest is a new deduction. There's some limitations. Has to be a new car, assembled in the U.S., and there's some income limitations.
Lowry says he's seen the new tax breaks result in bigger refunds. So be strategic on how you file and what breaks you utilize.
It's not illegal to avoid paying taxes. It's just illegal to evade paying taxes.
Tax time is often a time for scammers to try to take advantage of people.
Don't email sensitive information, right? Don't email your W-2s and your Social Security cards for you or your dependents. Either use a secure portal or take those paper copies in person.
This is an important reminder. The IRS will not call you about tax issues. Despite the deadline being more than 2 months away, Lowry says don't wait until the last minute.
With larger refunds, right, you don't want the government holding on to your money longer than they have to. So get in early, get filed early, get your refunds back.
In Indianapolis, Caitlin Kendall, WRTV.
You have until mid-April to file your federal returns, but experts say waiting until the last minute can lead to unnecessary stress and mistakes. We have a full breakdown of what you need to file your taxes over at WRTV.com. Tonight, IU is honoring the historic 1976 basketball team. During the game between Indiana and Oregon, Hoosiers will celebrate the 50th anniversary of the 1976 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Several players from that 76 team will be back in Bloomington to celebrate with a special halftime ceremony. Along with their championship, the 76 Hoosiers ended their season with a perfect 32-0 record under head coach Bob Knight. The Pacers couldn't avoid the season sweep against the Toronto Raptors last night. Indiana led by 2 at the half, but the Raptors put up 44 in the third quarter to power a 122-104 win. The Pacers came into the night with just 10 players available and then lost Johnny Furphy in the third. After a dunk, he landed awkwardly and grabbed for his right knee. He went to the locker room and did not return. The Pacers are now on to New York for back-to-back games against the Knicks and Nets. Tip-off against the Knicks is Tuesday at 7:30. President Donald Trump predicting that 2026 will be an even better year for the economy, what he is saying about his job performance, and what most recent polls show.
No need to wait on Washington, how you can lower your credit card interest rate yourself, and how some cardholders are seeing drops of 20 percentage points.
Well, as we're waking up and getting out the door early this morning, it is a cold start, but by the afternoon, thanks to a little bit of sunshine, we will see temperatures warming up. It'll be a bit milder with highs in the upper 30s. If that's not enough for you, well, I think you're going to like where we're headed with temperatures on Tuesday. We'll take a look at that warmer forecast coming up.
Scent beads so you can smell unstoppable.
You're watching WRTV, part of the Scripps News Group.
This morning, President Trump accepting ownership of the current state of the U.S. economy.
I'm very proud of it. And I think 26 is even going to be better. You know, we have hundreds of billions of dollars pouring into our country. Actually, trillions.
However, the president refused to acknowledge prices are high on many everyday items, including groceries, natural gas, and the cost of coffee.
Well, they've already come down. I think you've seen, Tom, when I took over, eggs, poultry, all these things were through the roof.
Recent polls show that a majority of Americans are not happy with the president's handling of the economy, with just 36% saying they approve of the job he's done. But Trump insisting his economic policies are working. Businesses dealing with Trump's tariffs tell a different story. Consumers will see a direct impact on the cost of flowers, which will be more expensive this Valentine's Day.
So the overall tariffs on flowers from our major countries anywhere from 10 to 25%. This adds significant dollars to the bouquets that are coming in. Every consumer is going to have to face additional costs.
On Capitol Hill, there are growing bipartisan calls for a member of the president's economic team to resign. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick under new pressure because of his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. The latest batch of Epstein files released show Lutnick planning meetings with Epstein, including one on Epstein's private island. And starting today, members of Congress will be allowed to review the full unredacted Epstein files at the Department of Justice. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
A shakeup at one of the country's most respected newspapers. On Saturday, Will Lewis announced he is stepping down as publisher and CEO of the Washington Post. The news came just days after the Post laid off about 1/3 of its staff. That included at least 300 journalists in the newsroom. Lewis wrote in a note to staff that after 2 years of transformation at the Washington Post, now is the right time for me to step aside. He thanked Post owner Jeff Bezos for his support and leadership throughout his tenure. The Federal Aviation Administration is cracking down on drones. It says it will be more aggressive about enforcing safety and authorization regulations. The announcement follows an FAA policy update this year. It requires legal action if drones endanger the public, violate airspace rules, or assist in a crime. Penalties include fines up to $75,000 and license suspensions. Pope Leo will not be coming to the U.S. this year, despite speculation that he could address the UN in New York, which previous popes have done. The Holy See press office confirmed the news on Sunday. Leo does have an open invitation to the U.S. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt confirmed last May that Vice President J.D. Vance handed an invitation to Leo himself. The Pope says his next trip will be to visit Africa in hopes of fostering a dialogue between Christians and Muslims. A visit to Peru, where Leo served as a missionary and bishop, is also in the cards this year.
Renewed calls for lower credit card interest rates, but it could take an act of Congress to make it happen. The good news is you don't have to wait. According to LendingTree, cardholders who requested a credit card interest rate saw an average drop of nearly 7 percentage points. And if the answer is no, there are other ways to cut costs. President Donald Trump called on credit card companies to cap interest rates at 10% by January 20th. Several weeks later, cardholders haven't seen a change.
The average interest rate is between 19 and 20% among all cardholders.
But for people seeking debt help, rates are often much higher.
The average client that we're working with comes to us with about a 28% interest rate at the time they first seek counseling.
Thomas Nitsche, a financial educator with Money Management International, says cardholders who enroll in a debt management plan can see interest rates drop by as much as 20 percentage points. Payments from multiple creditors are consolidated into a single monthly bill, typically paid off within 4 years.
And the trade-off with a debt management plan, you get that awesome interest rate, but you're also not using that card anymore, right?
Right. The accounts do close. So it is sort of kind of a hard reset on your credit life.
The programs also come with a small monthly fee, about $26. But credit counselors aren't your only option.
LendingTree last year found that over 80% of people who asked their creditor for a lower interest rate got it, and that on average they reduced that interest rate 6 percentage points.
So we put it to the test. Do you know what your interest rate is if you weren't to pay off your bill?
I have absolutely no idea what my interest rate is right now.
It turned out to be 20.49%. Eric Satisky, a WMAR 2 News employee, usually pays off his balance in full, but called to see if he could get a lower rate.
I was calling to see if there's any way that I can lower my interest rate on my credit card.
The answer was no.
I would have thought they would have done something, honestly, just because I feel like I've been a customer for a while. I've never had an outstanding balance. I would have thought they would have at least said, oh, we can do this or offer that.
So he asked for something else.
Is there any temporary deals at this point that may be available, or anything to help with a balance transfer or anything of that nature?
This time she offered a 0% balance transfer for 15 months with a 4% transfer fee. But Thomas warns balance transfers and debt consolidation loans can backfire.
You have to also have a lot of discipline to not use the cards that you've paid off while you're paying down the debt on the balance transfer card, because we see that a lot with both balance transfers and debt consolidation loans, that folks will take out the consolidation loan or do a balance transfer, but they won't change their spending habits.
LendingTree also found 95% of cardholders who asked for an annual fee to be waived or reduced were successful. 89% who wanted a late fee waived got one, and 86% who requested a higher credit limit received one. Creditors make all their decisions, and it can be based on your history, but even a small rate reduction can mean big savings. Mallory Safaste, Scripps News Group, Baltimore.
Morning. We're coming up on 5:50 on this Monday morning. Hope you're all doing okay. I know some of you had a late night last night with the Super Bowl. First thing this morning, though, here's some good news for you. We will see some sunshine today, and temperatures will start to warm up. We'll be in the 30s by this afternoon, but that warming trend will continue through a lot of this week. Right now, things are relatively calm across the area. We've got a couple of clouds just hanging out over the area, but we are nice and dry, and we'll stay that way through the rest of today. It's 26 right now in Indianapolis. It does feel a bit cooler, though, as we've got a little bit of a breeze going. Feels like 16, so definitely a morning where you want to bundle up, but know that those warmer temperatures are on the way. We'll take a look at your feels like temperatures through the rest of today, since it could be just a little bit breezy out there. We've got a lot of sunshine for your morning. Temperatures feeling like we're in the 20s. By the afternoon, we start to feel that warm up. We'll feel like we're in the low 30s, although the actual temperatures will be in the high 30s. Notice through the afternoon that as we do warm up, we'll start to see a few more clouds moving into the area. Don't let the clouds stop you, though, from getting outdoors. Through the evening, because we've got the clouds, though, they're going to act like a blanket for us, and temperatures will be very slow to cool down. So this evening, very steady in the lower 30s, and we really won't see temperatures falling much as we head into the overnight. In fact, we could be a bit warmer as we're out the door on early Tuesday morning, and that's ahead of a warmer day. Temperatures start out tomorrow morning, the upper 30s to the low 40s. Notice that it could be a little bit foggy, and typically when we have a lot of clouds, we don't see as much fog. However, a lot of this is going to be because we've got quite a bit of snow melting because of the warmer temperatures. So that fog might slow you down just a little bit early on tomorrow. Here are those high temperatures I've been promising you. We will climb through the upper 40s and many of you pushing into the 50s by tomorrow. It has been a long time since we've seen temperatures in the 40s, let alone the 50s. So I know this will really get you going early this morning, get you excited for the rest of this week. And with those warmer temperatures, melting will continue. As far as any precip chances this week, looks like we could see some snow Thursday overnight, and then we have some weekend rain chances that could impact your Valentine's Day plans. As far as Thursday will go, though, likely starting out as a rain-snow mix, and that could continue to very early on Friday morning. Still quite a bit away from that, but just want to plan ahead, let you know that that precip chance is there Thursday overnight into Friday, and possibly some rain into the weekend. Notice temperatures are staying very mild in the 30s to the 40s through your 7-day forecast. Jess?
Love to see it, Macy. Thank you. Let's take a check out at traffic this morning. You're looking at I-65 at Keystone Avenue. There is some construction in that area, but things moving very smoothly there. But of course, just be careful as you drive through there. As you can see, all those orange cones up this morning. And then we will head on over to our traffic map. That is green everywhere you're looking right there. Nothing to report right now. But other than that, we will have more news on the other side of the break.
Only on
Good Morning America.
The Super Bowl wasn't the only big game on Sunday. The Puppy Bowl took place hours before and pitted Team Rough against Team Fluff. The game featured more than 150 dogs from 72 shelters across the United States, Puerto Rico, and the British Virgin Islands. Team Fluff won its second consecutive championship and took home the Lombardi Trophy. The final score was Team Fluff 73, Team Rough 69. This was the 22nd Puppy Bowl championship. The game helps raise awareness for animal shelters and rescue groups across the country. A new center hopes to give Hoosiers the opportunity to find help while also putting fewer Hoosiers behind bars. We tell you about the expansion of mental health services in Hancock County.